Is a rifle platform and a pistol caliber, is that like a John Lovell without a beard? What? Are you basically the pistol caliber carbine of yourself right now?
It's such a joke. Do the video. They're here for the video.
All right, fine. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Beard shame me.
It's not shame. It's like I said, I
Then
like PCCs.
what do you explain what I'm feeling right now?
PCCs are fun to play around with. They just don't have any real serious application.
I'm going to backhand you.
All right, guys, Evan Temple here, Warrior Poet Society. Battle Gnome Week is upon us. What is that? I don't know, but we don't let the little people stay down. We rise them up. Chad, bring it in. I got Chad here to tell you all about what Battle Gnome Week is. I don't even know. Give it to him, Chad.
Battle Gnome Week is about appreciating Paul Perkerson and what he's done for us. He's done a lot. And one of those things is curating a plethora of tactical goods, rifle straps, sentry straps, pistol brace straps. Clean up the build, throw some multicam in there. We got Deridium 3 Plus poly plates, 15-year industry-leading warranty. We got the folding karambit, another choice of Paul. This is probably what it would look like if you were in an engagement.
You're gonna need to get trained with the Battle Gnome. So if you want to find out who the Battle Gnome really is, head on over to warriorpoetsociety.com, click on read, find the bio, and then get training. It's all about WPS. Head on over. Tell them Chad and Evan
Head on over there to warriorpoetsupplyco.com. Paul Perkerson, Battle Gnome Appreciation Week, tons of goods on sale.
Boom!
All right, what's happening, my friends? John, Paul, Warrior Poet Society. We are going to be shooting some PCCs today and giving pros and cons. And the question is should you get a PCC or perhaps an additional one to adorn your safe, right? Do you have any PCCs?
I do not own a PCC, John.
But you're a firearm owner.
I do. I own a firearm.
A firearm? Do you own a lot of firearms?
I mean, what's a lot? I own a couple.
A couple. A couple is something someone says who has a lot of guns but doesn't want anyone to know it.
Why are you trying to dime me out on YouTube, man?
Well, because I do that. I also have a couple firearms as well. So that's great. But you didn't have any PCCs,
nope,
right?
Don't own any.
So we borrowed this one. What's this guy?
So we got the CMMG Banshee that we checked out. Ran this thing out on the range today. And you've got...
PC Charger. Pretty cool with a can.
That's one we did a review on
Yeah,
earlier.
and I already own this one, and I got this one for the missus. This is a Palmetto State. And then this guy.
And then we got the Strybog.
Which is what Gandalf the Grey defeated in the Halls of Moria.
That's correct.
So fantastic. That's so stupid.
You shall not pass!
I'm going to keep it in the video because I don't give a crap. Guys, as we are doing this video on pistol caliber carbines, I'd like to go ahead and point out these are not actually pistol caliber carbines because they don't have 16-inch barrels. These are like 4-inch, 6-inch, 8-inch, whatever. And so we're just going to call them PCCs anyway because the name kind of stuck, but you would technically call this a PCF pistol caliber firearm. I don't care. I'm just going to call it all PCCs. But without further ado, you want to shoot some?
Let's go do it, man.
We're going to shoot. Here we go. All right, so shooting is in fact...
It's a good time.
It's fun, it's fun. So we're glad that we just did that, but now it's time to go into our positives and negatives. I'll go ahead and tell you right now as we are about to jump through our list of positives, we have more positives than negatives. However...
The negatives are big, John. They're big.
They're weighted, so even if we have less negatives, the negatives, they're heavy hitting, big deal to us. So first off, right off the charge, I will say that my 9mm handgun versus a 9mm like this is generally, I'm gonna be able to shoot more accurate, particularly at distance and faster. If I had a longer barrel, I may pick up a couple 100 feet per second, which adds to overall lethality. So I'd say positive, it's better than a handgun in those ways.
Sure, and I wouldn't argue that, but is it Is that a fair comparison? I mean,
Nope.
we're talking about a rifle platform,
That's
right? So if we're gonna talk about a rifle platform, we got to compare it to other rifles, not pistol.
I agree, because
Okay.
comparing this to this is like comparing a skateboard to an F-150. It's not apples to apples. Even when I delivered the positive, it was hollow. Did you feel that?
It hurts you to do it.
It's like, here's a positive that I don't believe in. What's a positive? What's the second positive?
All right, so compatibility between calibers.
Yep.
And I honestly think we're going to list that as a pro. I don't think it's just about compatibility between calibers when we're talking about, stockpiling ammunition. So it's like, okay, I've got one round to rule them all, right?
Yeah.
I want also, if I were going to do that, if that was going to be a positive that I would note, I want like magazines too.
Yeah.
Right? I want my pistols to take the same magazines as my carbine does. So I think it's not just about caliber, I also think it's about magazine compatibility as well.
That's great, because you would hate to be, whatever pipe dream you're in, you're like active shooter, I'm like, oh, my rifle ammo's gone, load, and then you're downloading from one magazine to another magazine, like, no. But to have some of these guys, I keep a couple of these in my truck.
Yep.
And so it'll work in my handguns, but it's like right there and I could be able to grab that. So yeah, I agree. So the Strybog and then the PSA have proprietary mags.
Right.
However, the CMMG Banshee and then this PC Charger runs off Glock mags. And so that's worth noting. But there's a positive. It's compatibility of ammo, right? A third positive is 9mm ammo is going to be less expensive than rifle ammo. So, and it's very abundant, it's very common. Not so much in Biden's 2022, and we'll see what the months ahead do, but generally speaking, it's less expensive to shoot. You got a fourth positive?
Yeah, so quite a report on the firearm. So number one, you can use it maybe to train less experienced shooters who really haven't conditioned themselves to get over that subconscious desire to flinch or anticipate the loud noise and small explosions going off in front of their face. And also, you can suppress it a lot easier in this caliber.
Right, so especially when compared to a 5.56 or something, which just sucks to suppress, and if you slow that round down a lot, you just defeat all the
Performance
point
issue, sure.
of the 5.56. So 5.56 sucks to really try to make quieter. You can do something, but even with a good can, you're still kind of right on that, I want my ears, right? However, I can't give you this is quieter than a rifle in terms of suppression, because we got this guy right here. Yeah, hot bread, Zeke. This is 300 Blackout with subsonic ammunition. This is going to be better than the PCC, but this is the same size gun, even with a can, and so I'm not buying it. 300 subs, it is
quiet.
super quiet, and so here you go.
Coming back.
I'm in danger.
All right, so a fifth and final positive, guys, is you can be up closer to a target, particularly steel, and it's gonna be a little safer to shoot. When you have when you're shooting steel targets, you generally have a bigger offset with rifle, and it's a lot less with pistol. So you can get up closer and you can shred with it, right?
Yeah, another thing too, though, is not just with that, but if you've got limited training facilities, like you got to use indoor ranges that have limitations on calibers, you can't shoot rifle rounds inside, some indoor ranges out there. So this allows you to actually work on your rifle skills, work on the manual of arms, going through different things, work on your rifle marksmanship, and still be able to shoot safely inside, right? So
yeah, it just sounds like a super lame training day. So my heart goes out to you. There's just not a lot of, because it's like, what am I allowed to do? You're like, you can't do a quick rate of fire. You can't be, weapon manipulation. You can't do transition. You can't do anything except just kind of aim and pull the trigger. And it's like, man, it is super weak sauce lame shooting at indoor ranges that don't let you do anything. So if that's you, I have nothing to do but give you sympathy and say, find a buddy with some land and use dry fire in your backyard if you have high fences and no neighbors. Otherwise, you're just going to get immediately have a SWAT team called on you.
Yeah.
It's a bad idea.
Wouldn't do that.
We should do some negatives.
Yeah, man, let's do it.
So
I think it's going to be easy to do.
before we jump into a single negative, what's the big overarching reason that you don't like PCCs?
I mean, the big overarching reason is that you got a rifle that eats pistol food, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm going to carry a rifle platform, why not get all the advantages of a rifle caliber and not the disadvantages of a pistol caliber and a rifle platform?
Absolutely,
Right.
and this is worth a few strengths all put together. Just the glaring weaknesses. This is a solution seeking a problem in many parts. And to me, I feel like it's taken an F-250 body and chassis and just dropping like a Ford Fiat motor in it. And so this is where everyone jumps in the comments and immediately has a war on Toyota or Ford or Chevy or whatever. So you go ahead and do that. I get it. I get it. So.
Okay, guys. So instead of just discussing kind of our overall
Feeling.
It's not, I wouldn't say contempt. It's not contempt, all right? But overall, our overarching feelings about PCCs, let's drill down and talk about some specific negatives that we have, right? So number one, right off the rip, the terminal performance of a pistol caliber round, even in a rifle platform versus a rifle round, right? So that means it's less killy. It's less killy.
You know, words are part of your full-time job.
I do. I use words, but you make me nervous.
I'm a scary guy.
You are. It's fact. Especially without the beard. It's terrible.
No one's saying that. Now everyone's going to be in the comments and be like, John looks like a little girl. Though it's true, it's still hurtful. You jerks, 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 jerks. Everyone's a jerk. You're a jerk. These PCCs are jerks. All right, so they're less killy. I'll also say they're less distancy. You can't shoot stuff as far, right? They are less accurate at the distance.
Is a rifle platform and a pistol caliber, is that like a John Lovell without a beard? What? Are you basically the pistol caliber carbine of yourself right now?
It's such a jerk. Do the video. They're here. All
right, fine. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Beard shame me.
It's not shame. It's like I said.
Then
I like PCCs.
What do you explain what I'm feeling right now?
PCCs are fun to play around with. They just don't have any real serious application.
I'm gonna backhand you. All right, so less killy, and it doesn't shoot nearly as well at a distance. Another way to say that is just not very accurate. You know, like I was shooting just to zero some guns, and I noticed my group with a PC charger, and I'm like supported. Standing, I was braced against something, and my group was like 2-3 inches or at a given distance. And then I did a 300 blackout with supers, and I could put my thumb over my entire group. And so, anyway, I've like definitely more accurate. You can shoot more distance, and the terminal ballistics are far better, right? So,
sure.
What else?
And we're going to notes. All right, guys, so another negative that we're looking at here, and I know we're dealing kind of specifically with 9mm, but 9mm rounds don't defeat body armor, right? So if you are having to use this for defensive purposes against somebody who's got body armor, this won't even defeat, soft armor.
That's
so,
right.
You got a rifle platform, and once again, going back to, just the performance of the round isn't going to be what you want it to in a self-defense type situation, are you?
Right, awesome. And typically these PCCs, they're coming in like 9mm, or they're coming in 40 or 45 or something like that. You could get cute and be like, hey, a P90 can shoot a 5.7. I've got horses just walking into frame.
Got mules.
Why, hello. Would you like to be in this video?
We can photobomb.
Yeah, very good.
By a mule.
And a 5.7 out of something like a P90 can defeat some body armor of like level 2 or 3A. So there's that little caveat, but generally speaking, they're not defeating body armor, and that's pretty crappy. Fourth and final negative is oh, okay. That's great.
Now we're perfect. Camera hog.
That's awesome. This is fantastic.
What is going
Hello.
Hello. Used to be.
That's my mule. You didn't even see I have a beautiful horse off camera. You didn't get to see him. You see my ugly mule that's been rolling in the mud. Everyone's like, do you take care of him? Yeah, last time I bathed him, or bathed her a couple days ago, she immediately went and rolled in the mud. All right, and back to it, guys. I still have horses wandering around me, so that's highly distracting. I'm gonna try to stay on track because you deserve it, and you mean that much to me. A fourth and final negative is I just think, in my experience, these are less reliable. Someone's gonna say, mine is infallible next to godliness. However, I'm finding them less reliable. Even just playing around with this PC charger today, I had a stoppage when I tried to really tune her up and shoot quicker. So, is that your experience as well? Less reliable?
Yeah, I mean, I had a couple of issues when I was running this thing on the course of fire that we had. So yeah, maybe not entirely the fault of the round and the platform itself, but it still kind of makes me nervous.
Got it. So we listed 5 positives and 4 negatives. You could be like, well, 5 is greater than 4, ergo, PCCs are a good idea. How would you answer that? What's really, it's kind of like, hey, the positives outnumber the negatives in our own video. So what do you answer that with?
At the end of the day, you've got a rifle platform without any of the advantages of a rifle.
Can't shoot it very far, and it's not as killy.
It's not as killy.
Not as killy, and that's the kind of the point of a gun is killy things.
More
you know,
killy, better, usually.
These are not for tickling people with. You know, that's not the thing. It's killy stuff, right? I felt like he was ashamed of me. I thought that was kind of a good thing to say. I thought that was kind of clever.
It was clever.
Close the video. These guys need to get back to life.
All right, guys, so listen. PCCs, love them or hate them. I think they're fun to run. I think it's a good toy. If it was the last spot that I had in my gun safe, is that what I'd fill it with? I don't think I would personally, okay? But at the same time, I do have pretty limited experience with PCCs, and I'd love to hear y'all's thoughts in the comments about these. I'm sure we will. But overall, right now, I'm still kind of reticent to purchase a PCC because I think it, you know, we alluded to this earlier, it's a solution looking for a problem.
Yep, I'd say if you already have all the guns that you want that are practical and meaningful, and particularly if you have kids or maybe a spouse who handguns are just a little bit more intimidating because they're snappier and stuff, and you wanted to ease them into something, I think a PCC is great for more timid and younger shooters. I think that's a real good thing, and really they're just fun. So once you have like a war chest of 5.56 and you got 300 blackouts and you got 6.5 or 308 and 22 and 12 gauge and you're happy generally with your King's chest, go ahead and get your PCC. That's my advice. And you're not in debt, you know? And so the stipulations just get more and more. We need to close this video.
Let's wrap it up, man. I did my part, you do yours now.
Guys, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to this channel because we've got all kinds of cool content coming out. We're doing more and more. Toggle notifications bell to all, like, comment for the algorithm, share this video because Big Tech hates us, doesn't want to help us grow. Insert WPSN streaming service plug, and I think that's it. I mean, we say train hard, train smart, and stay free,
yeah,
right?
That's the thing.
Yeah.
You say that.
You want to say it? I didn't even give you the chance.
You didn't. Hey guys, train hard, train smart, stay free. That was pretty good.
In this episode, Omar Morales, the Venezuelan fighter, is a kid that I know for a long time. Father was a great martial artist in the golden times of kickboxing, full contact. I'm gonna train with him. He's gonna teach me some kickboxing skills, but not for fighting kickboxing, for fighting on MMA. How he used his kickboxing skills that he learned from his dad to make him today being 8-0 on UFC. He has a great MMA career, great striker, super strong and super smart. So today we were gonna have a good time with him.